Hey Aries, welcome to your Imposter Syndrome reading. If you're feeling out of sorts, like you don't belong, or you're faking the funk, keep watching. We're going to get to the root of it. So we're going to start first by pulling a couple of oracle cards just to see what energy is surrounding you. And the first card that we have out for you is Isis, past life. This situation involves your past life memories. Let's pull another and see what else is going on with my Aries collective. What else is surround? Okay, Aries, we're not taking all of those. That was a good chunk that fell out. So let's try this again. One card, maybe two, for my Aries collective. What other energy is surrounding you guys? And we have Hunter, track down your fears and desires. All right, so Aries, what this seems like is that you are dealing with some remnants of a past life or past situations that have you doubting yourself a little bit. It's almost as if whatever it is that you've experienced before has sort of laid the foundation for you to be scared of what comes next. And so I think that this is an opportunity for you to ask yourself what it is that you truly want. And are you actually willing to go for it? Is your desire to achieve something or to have something stronger than your fear of taking those steps forward? So it almost feels as though there's a little bit of a reminder here to not let your past adversely impact your present. So let's get into some tarot and see what other messages come out for you. So first, let's take a look at why you're in this place. Why do you feel like an imposter? Why are you afraid of what's coming next? And we have the Emperor. So this is an interesting energy because usually the Emperor is someone who is very strong, very abundant, very accomplished. But they can also be what I just heard is the Emperor's new clothes. And so it almost feels like for everything that you've accomplished in life, for everything that you've sort of gotten through, there's still this pending, like this sense of impending doom almost, where it's like, okay, this is too good to be true. And we also have that clarified by the Six of Wands in reverse. And so what it feels like is that at some point, you're feeling like someone is going to maybe ridicule you or maybe judge you for something it is that you're doing, maybe something that's a little bit different from what you've sort of acclimated people to expect from you. But it really feels as though there's this sense of people are not going to respond kindly to me, or they're, it feels as though you are worried about other people's opinions, like in terms of what you're thinking about what it is that you're doing. And maybe you've had that experience in the past where people sort of judged you or didn't necessarily see your vision, and that's made you a little bit gun shy, even though you're perfectly capable. And I think that you're employing a lot of logic and reason in terms of what it is that you want to do or what it is that you want to have. But for whatever reason, you are just like, I don't want people to laugh at me. I don't want the people to think poorly of me. So you're putting a lot of stock in other people's opinions. Now, what it is that you should really sort of acknowledge and congratulate yourself on, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is a new way of thinking. These are ideas that are coming into you. And so I think that you may not be giving yourself enough credit for your sort of innovative thoughts, that you are seeing things from a different perspective, something that's contrary to what other people know of you as a person. And we also have that clarified by the Knight of Wands in reverse. I think that for my Aries out there, there's a little bit of a challenge with the Knight of Wands. This is someone who, moves very rapidly. This is someone who has a lot of energy, a lot of passion. And I think that you should acknowledge that this is not something that's sort of fly by night. This is something that you have given due diligence and due thought to. I think deep down it's something that you're excited about. And it's something that is absolutely worth pursuing because, again, you have the combination of the wands and the swords. So you have that fire, you have that passion, you have that energy, but you also have a lot of thoughtfulness behind it. So, whatever the outcome, I think that you are justified in moving forward. This isn't something that you have, sort of not put thought into. This is something that you have put a good amount of energy into, but you've channeled it in the right way. So, how you can get out of this cycle, we have the devil in reverse. So, the devil is about bad habits, addictions, codependencies. And so, you getting out of this cycle, Aries, I think is going to rely a lot on you not putting so much stock into what other people think or what other people say. You do not, in most cases, need their permission to live life on your own terms. You don't need other people's permission to pursue those things that you think will bring you joy or abundance or whatever it is that you're looking for. And we have that clarified by the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, again, is about emotion. So you have two aces that have come out. You've had the Ace of Swords and you also have the Ace of Cups. So this is a nice balance between head and heart. And I think that with the Ace of Cups, Aries, that it's going to be very important for you to revise how you view yourself. And that love or acknowledgement or acceptance that you are worried about receiving from other people, it's time to focus more on receiving that from yourself. That you're going to have to sort of refresh your mindset and think about, what it is that's going to make you happy. So, what is it that you can do in order to move forward in this process? We have the Ace of Wands clarified by the Eight of Wands in reverse. So you have three aces that have come out for you, Aries. With the Ace of Wands, this is very much sort of a renewed vigor, right? Where you have been thoughtful about moving forward and what it is that you're planning for yourself in your own life that has kind of stalled a little bit because of this fear of other people's judgment or other people's response. There's no need for that. So it's time for you to reignite that fire while you pour into yourself. It's kind of like my support is the only support that I need for this first step. And we have that clarified by the Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, the Eight of Wands is a card of very rapid movement. It's a card of information coming in very, very quickly. And so I think that, what you can do going forward, I just heard slow and steady. So this is you sort of taking baby steps. This is you getting comfortable with the idea that this may be a solo endeavor. There's no need to rush this. You've been very thoughtful and strategic and methodical up until this point. There's no reason for you to sort of divert from that path. The only thing it sounds like you need to change is making sure that you fully support yourself, independent of anyone else. So a message that you need to hear, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this is also a messenger card focusing on emotions. And typically it's someone bringing you this sort of loving, supportive energy. And so what you need to hear right now, Aries, is that that's not necessary, at least for this particular point in your journey. It's not necessary to have that external validation, right? And we have the Six of Swords to clarify. So if you continue to look for other people to be supportive, to give you, a pat on the back, like, hey, attaboy, attagirl, you're going to sort of stay stuck in this energy where you have this sort of conflicting energy where it's like, well, this is what I want to do. This is a path that I feel like I should be on, but what do other people think? and constantly being in that place of worrying about other people's opinions are going to keep you from moving on to the next iteration of your life's journey. It's going to keep you from starting that new chapter that I think that you're looking for. So if this has happened to you in the past, don't let that be a determining factor in your ability to move forward. Take some time and think about why it is that you're so afraid to take the next step. Is it because you don't want to repeat what's happened in the past? I don't think that that's going to be the case because, again, you've been so thoughtful about this. And it doesn't matter if people don't agree with you. It's bad to say, but it doesn't sound like you particularly need them. Now, why are you deserving of this next step? Why are you deserving of starting this new chapter? We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse because you were ready to release. I think that whatever it is that you've been pursuing, whatever it is that you've been thinking about has been bubbling up so much, and you've held yourself back because of fear of other people's thoughts and opinions. But it's time for you to release. And I think that you're ready because we have that clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. This is a bit of for me, a solo card. It's someone who is abundant and bountiful within their own rights. This is someone who has achieved a lot of good things, but it's for them. It hasn't come from sort of any external energies. It hasn't come from outside people. And you're deserving because you have built this yourself, and you have the ability to continue building yourself at this particular point in your journey. There may be time and there may be room for other people to come in. There may be a need a little bit further down the road for people to be supportive of you, and they will show up when it's necessary. But right now, the universe is saying that it's time for you to move forward independent of anybody else's thoughts and feelings on it. So that's what I got from my Aries collective. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.